Welcome to the ET197 how-to video for the Click PLC parking lot project. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to download our Seymour project for the OIT from Canvas, and we're going to put it somewhere on our computer where we can find it, and we're going to point to it, read from the disk, point to it, find it, and run it, and we should come up with our parking lot screen that we'll be using. Okay, I've opened up our Click programming software, and we're going to start a new project. We're going to go down to C201 CPI-2 where we have the Ethernet and our RS-232 port. Okay, and we're going to disable the password requirement. We have enough passwords to remember, and we're going to go to File, and we're going to download our CSV file that has all our address names, and we're going to get that off of Canvas, download it on the computer somewhere where we can find it. And we're going to download all of our names and addresses and go to our address picker and go to our C, and our names are all there, so, and our addresses. So we have everything we need. Okay, let's start our program. So we're going to have a parking lot with an in gate and an out gate. And our first step is going to be drive over the tire sensor and then push the ticket dispenser. So let's go ahead and start with an open contact, and we're going to go into our address picker, and we're going to have our in tire sensor, and we're going to have our ticket switch. Okay, and in order for us not to have duplicate outputs, I'm going to go ahead and use a control bit over here, and which I've set up as 101 in control bit, and that's good. Okay, let's continue. First thing we need to do is I need to fix, this should be a set. So let's go to Setup, View, we're going to need Instructions, and we're going to use Set. I'm going to use the same 101. Yeah. Okay, good. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to operate our motor. So let's find our in motor, up, in, up, down motor. Good. And let's go ahead, and that is going to be our control bit. Make sure we're all the way. Yep, let's go ahead and add a control bit here, which is going to drive that. Since we see it there, let's go ahead and do C101, and there's our control bit, and I need to put a timer here, so we're going to right click, insert row after cursor. Hopefully that'll be enough space. So let's go down to timer. We're going to add a timer. We're going to make this guy T1, and we're going to make this 5 seconds, so we need to change our milliseconds to seconds. Good. And we are going to make a sealing circuit, so again we're going to use our motor, our C11, and we're going to do a control up, and we need to continue this one, so we're going to do a control, and control arrow all the way over, And that looks good. Okay, so let's go down here and here. And let's continue. So we're going to do a reset on our control bit. When we're just close out the gate, so we have our, whoops, let's go to 101, our in control bit. So we're going to reset that guy, and we're going to use our timer T1 in order to do the reset. Good. And the next thing we need to do, since we're here, is we need to stop the gate from dropping down by using an in under gate indicator. So let's go ahead and just add that. We're going to have to put interlocks elsewhere, but let's go ahead and just, we're going to go ahead and make the light here. So we have a in under indicator, in under gate switch, which is going to take care of our in under gate indicator. All right, so if that happens, what we want to do is make sure that we cannot lower our gate. So let's go ahead and put a normally closed here, and we are going to utilize a in under gate switch, normally closed. Good. Okay, let's make one more addition to finish this out. So we're going to do a control shift up. That's going to erase that. We're going to go ahead and use an in under gate switch. Okay, and then we're going to do a control up in order to seal around that. And let's go ahead and save it. And let's load it into our PLC, and let's do a dry run just on the software. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and use my OIT. I'm just going to show the software though. I'm going to do a run edit, that's fine. Okay. So let's go ahead and turn on our tire switch, ticket switch, and the gate is up and we're timing down 5 seconds. Good, and it resets. So now let's go ahead and do an up, and then we're going to get stuck underneath. See if it still times. We're still timing, but our gate is still up, and our under the gate sensor is still crying. So let's go ahead and drive out from under it, and the gate's down. Perfect. Okay, the next thing it asks for is a car counter. So let's go here and use our instruction set, and we're going to go down to counter. And this guy should be CT1 for counter, and our output value is going to be CTD1, and our set point is going to be, we're going to say 25, and we're going to count up and down. And for testing purposes, I'm going to go ahead and leave that at 5. We'll fix it later. Okay, so every time our control bit input is hit, we're going to go ahead and we're going to count up. Oops, it should be a C101. In control bit. Okay. And we're going to go ahead, since we're here and down, I'm going to use my down control bit. We haven't put it in here yet, but we're going to use a control bit down. Oops. Out control bit. We're going to count down. Unless we're going to do a control arrow. And we're going to go do a reset. So I'm going to go into, let's go ahead and put our reset in here. So we're going to go to our reset button, alarm reset. Counter reset, here we go. So we're going to use our counter reset so that we could reset our counter to 0, or back to back to 0, and that looks good for now. Okay, so let's hook up our full and open indicator. So here we're going to need to do some math. So let's go to compare, and our data, we're going to call it CTD1, which is our counter number, and we want it to be greater than equal to, I don't think we should go above 25, but I'm going to go ahead and put 5 in here for now. We'll come around, change it, and we are going to utilize our full open sign. Let's see, where's our full open indicator? There we are. Good. All right. So when this is on, it'll say full, and when it's off, it's going to say empty. So let's go ahead and let's steal all this. Let's see, I don't think we could do more than one rung at a time. We cannot. So I'm going to take this guy, I'm going to copy it. This is an easier way to do it, but we need to make sure that we fix it. So we don't need a ticket switch. We don't need an under gate. Well, actually we do, so let's go ahead and add the out under gate. Out under gate. Oops, nope, that's indicator. We don't want the indicator, we want the actual stuff. Out under gate. There it is, switch. Good. And this should be our out control bit. So we can look it up, but it's 102. And it is. And let's go over here. Our in tire sensor is now going to be our out tire sensor. Good. All right, now let's go steal our timer here. Paste, and let's go get the motor reset here. And let's go get our warning here. And let's get rid of this. Let's delete this rung. That's an end. I did that to test it, so. And we're going to paste it. I'm going to go ahead and put an end here just so I'm going to test this. Alright, so let's Okay, there's our full open, out tire chain, out gate, out. Okay, so here we need an in control bit, out control bit. We need our out motor. Okay, that's out motor, so this one should be our out up down motor. Yep. All right, and this should be our out up down motor. Oh, there he is. In under, it should be the out under gate switch. Out under gate. And we're going to make this guy T2. Okay. And this would be an out control reset. I know what that is. That's a 102. It's right there. In under. Okay, let's fix the line before that, before I forget. Oops. This should be a 2. I'm going to go ahead and label him here too. So here's our out under gate switch. And here's our out under gate indicator. Good. Let's go ahead and let's go to our program, address picker, and we're going to change T2. Whoops, right there. Okay. Looks good. Okay, let's go to, and let's do one last thing. And let's go ahead and go up here and whoops. Let's get rid of this. I got squeezed. There we go. So let's go ahead and do another math. Let's go ahead and copy this guy. Let's see if we could. I need to change it though, but let's see if we can do that. Yes. So what we want to do is this should be when it's less than or equal to 5. Let's do less than 5. So when it hits 5, we're going to lock out our control bit. Okay. And I'm going to program it and we're going to try it. Okay, I made a little mistake. So this in under gate, it doesn't belong there. I think everything else is fine. So let's save it. And then I'm going to download it in the PLC and try it again. Okay, so let's test our sensor here. And we have an in tire. We have our ticket booth. And after 5 seconds, it should reset. Good. And let's go ahead and try it again. And have our gate in the way. Car in the way of the gate. And it resets, and it shouldn't. Oh, in motor, out, up, good. Even though our reset is still, our timer's still on, so our motor is still locked out. Perfect. So our motor, our gate is up. Good. Let's reset everything on that side. And let's go to our other side. And alrighty, so here's our in control bit. Where's our out control? There he is, out control bit. So I'm going to our out tire sensor, and the gate is up. 5 seconds it's off. Let's go ahead and do it again and put our under sensor, and the motor's still up, and the timer keeps going, and the gate is still up. Perfect. So let's reset that. And so right now we have the open sensor on because our full open isn't. So let's go to 5. So I'm going to go ahead and move our counter up to 5. Timer, where's our counter? There he is. There we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we got our full sign lit. And let's see if we can latch out our ticket. And our ticket switch doesn't change anything. Good. So what we need to do is actually let a car out. Oops. 4, and our, where is he at here? Our full sensor is off. Where's he at? There he is. Our full output is off. And if I get a ticket, yeah, it'll let another car in, and now we're at 5, and it'll lock it up. Perfect. One last thing we need to do is transfer data from our counter to our display. So what we're going to do is I'm going to add a rung before the cursor. So I can leave my end. I'm going to go to no op, and I'm going to go to copy. Alright, so our source is going to be the CTD1, which is our counter, car count. Okay, and our destination is going to be a DF1, which is a floating point, and let's see if it allows us to do that. And it appears that it has. So let's go ahead, let's save this, and let's transfer the program. Let's connect our PLC, and let's write to the PLC, and we're going to do a runtime edit and see if our count, now let's see here, PLC, are we in the run mode? We are not. Okay, so our CTD, where's our counter? It's 0, so let's go ahead and change that a little bit. Let's go ahead and let's add a couple. Okay, so let's see if we have 2 out, and we do, and my display says 2. Perfect. Okay, let's test our circuit. So we're going to have an in-tire sensor and a ticket, and it should turn off in 5 seconds, and it does. So let's go ahead and open the gate and then get stuck under it, and it should lock us there, and we have our out sensor. And if I release it, we should get the gate go down. Good. And we have a count of 4. So let's go ahead and do our in gate, so our out gate, sorry. So our gate's up and down. So, and we subtracted 1, so let's go on and put our sensor in there, and the gate should stay up until I reset it. Good. So let's get up to 5. I think that's what I have my full sensor set up for. Should be 25, but we're not going to wait forever. And 5 we have full, so it's working perfectly.